It was no great surprise when Trainsim World 5 was announced that it included the West Coast Main Line route from London Euston to Milton Keynes Central. This news was leaked some time ago, but it's finally official. It's nearly 3 years since London Commuter was released, and when we saw the busyness of London Victoria, it felt like only a matter of time before we would eventually see the West Coast Main Line on TSW. In fact, one of the busiest main lines in Europe, and I, for one, have always looked forward to this becoming reality. There have already been some criticism at the endpoint being Milton Keynes, but given that it seems that it takes longer to develop routes in TSW, given the complexity of the route for the London end, it always seemed likely as a logical endpoint. With a 24-hour timetable, it just never seemed likely to me that this route would go on to Rugby or even Birmingham, as it just wouldn't have been possible to have excluded the Northampton loop, and to put it in would have been a heck of an amount of work. Maybe we might get an extension in the future. It's also a decent endpoint as many Avanti services stop at Milton Keynes, some at Watford Junction 2, and the London North Western services call there too. There will be great variety, overground Aventra services to Watford Junction, Bakerloo line trains with the new scenery and AI trains to Harrow and Wealdstone, LNWR Class 350s to Tring and to Milton Keynes, Pendolino Expresses and I'm sure the Class 66 on freight services as well. We've only seen a few clips so far, but they look promising. The catenary looks well modelled, so important to get that right, to give it that 1960s gantry look, combined with the more recent upgrades. And I was impressed to see the 3 tower blocks immediately out of Euston modelled with their correct coloured tops, and also noted that the flats, I think this is known as the Alexandra Road Estate. This screenshot shows it up well. I always thought it looked like a sports stadium, a football stadium of some description, but apparently it's done for soundproofing reasons. I think this add-on will give many, many hours of fun. And let's not forget too, that when Just Trains produce their West Coast Main Line over Shaft, I'm quite sure that someone at the Trainsim community website, who do some fantastic work by the way, will produce a modern timetable version, and it'll be a further boost for the Pendolino. On that point, sure that a Class 87 and a rail tour run out of Euston will be on the cards too. It's obviously not all about the UK content, but that's where my interest lies, and looking forward to seeing a remastered Great Western route. Would be good if we could see this fully electrified from Paddington to Reading, but time will tell. And I have to say, looking at the latest news, I think that perhaps that won't be the case. For now, roll on September. I, for one, can't wait.